Do you want to come on camera or you can't?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my dear.
There we go. All right, so let's get started. So, good afternoon, Mr. Cal.
Good, a-
Yes,
good afternoon, Miss Cheryl.
I'm wonderful. Glad you could join me this afternoon for this coaching session. And let's do a few housekeeping items. I know that we have scheduled this for today. We have I'm going to say 1 hour, but we know it's 15 minutes. And
Yes.
1 hour session today. And pursuant to our contract, this is a confidential session that we'll be having today. So nothing that's said outside of this session will be repeated. Um, Again, unless there is something that I deem needs to be said outside the session. And even so, I will let you know. Okay.
Yes.
I will be recording the session so that I can go back and take notes and that I can truly engage in a conversation with you. I find that that's easier rather than sitting here and feverishly taking notes. That I can go back and take notes later, but that you and I can have a genuine conversation. Is that okay with you?
Yes, that's fine. Thank you.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. So with that, let's get started. Talk to me about what's going on today. Is this meeting we're having today, is this about a professional or personal issue or a combination of both? Talk to me. What's going on?
Um, I guess it's a combination of both. Okay. My challenge right now is that I've been working remotely at home since the beginning of the pandemic. And during that time, I had taken sick, so I had some health issues that I had to receive ongoing treatment for. And now, moving forward, we're now in 2023, and one of my supervisors told me in confidence that the bigger boss is going to contact me and let me know that he wants me to work in another department. So I'll have to actually go on site and work. And mentally, I'm not ready to go back to work on site or physically in the office. Um, I don't understand why they don't have a problem with what I'm doing remotely. One thing I always make certain that if they call me, I answer the phone right away. If I happen to miss that call, I call them right back. And usually, whenever I miss the call, it was because I was at the doctor's office. Whenever they give me my work to do, my work assignments, I make sure that they are handed in a timely fashion, and I make sure that they're done thoroughly. And I've been in my office working in that department for almost 20 years. So I guess I can do the work in my sleep. I'm one of the most senior people in my office or more experienced. So I have that respect. But yeah, like I said, I'm not really ready mentally to go back into work in the office physically. Nor do I want to work in the department that they want me to work in.
So they're moving you departments. Is that clear? Is
Yeah.
that my understanding?
Yes, because what it is, everyone's going back to work, of course, post-pandemic. They're going in physically to work, but I let them know that I am not going into work because what it is a cell phone tower that's right outside of my office. And I think that it will put me at risk with my existing health issues. So they're respecting that and they're letting me stay and work home remotely. But I guess because they're trying to get me come back to office, I guess out of fairness to my other colleagues, they'll move me. I know back in October when everyone was returning back to work, they did when I did express my concerns, they did ask me if I wanted to work in another department. Sorry, I told them yes, but they told me they'll get back to me, and I hadn't heard anything. And now, about a week or 2 weeks ago, this supervisor's telling me, "Hey, heads up, in confidence, the bigger boss is gonna come to you because it's going to get you, It's going to get you to work, or I'm trying to find the word right now. Am I there? Approach me to work down in another department just so that I can come back into the office physically. So
And what
yeah.
is your, so let's talk about this. What is your hesitancy for coming back into the office?
Honestly, I just got comfortable with the regime of working from home, and also because I always have doctor's appointments and sometimes I'm not feeling well, because I'm so experienced in what I'm doing, I know how to manage my workload without it being a problem, or I can still work around it and have it in a timely fashion, and I'll be able to rest or go to my doctor's appointments without having to call in sick, or take any time off. And because I am so used to at work, everyone in each other's business, like I guess I'm a recluse too. I just like being home, out of sight, out of mind. But they wouldn't leave me alone. They find me so interesting, I guess. Oh.
So how can we take that? And how can we, because your employer is not open to allowing that to continue, right? Is that correct?
I'm not really sure because I don't think he really minds, but because the boss over him is trying to get other people back, well, get everyone back to work. I think that's why I might be approached. But the boss that I was told that's going to confront me, he doesn't really have a problem. Actually, someone sitting at my desk, and in my department, it's not enough space for me to be there as well. Because if I come back to work physically, the person that's at my desk, they'll have to find somewhere for them to sit, and they don't have the room up there. So it works out me being home and this person at my desk. And like
Okay.
I said, they did confront me about another department, which I didn't mind, because that department, I would have still been, no, well, that department is still, I'm trying to like, because what it is, they're still attached to my department, but it's another office. And I would not have mind going down there because it would have been quieter. But where they want me to go now is like so stressful, very stressful, and it's really not good for my health. But I said I'm not gonna say anything because I was told in confidence to keep quiet. So I'll just do that. I'll keep quiet and then, express myself when my supervisor does confront me. I'll express how I feel.
So you have the one that you said you wouldn't mind going to.
Right.
If you make a plan that when they do confront you, what would be your plan?
Well, my plan would be, well, the thing is because the initial invitation to go to that department would have meant that someone would have had to switch with me. But the person that they had in mind to switch with me, I guess they don't want to switch. They're comfortable where they are. So therefore, that's not an option now. So it's like they're trying, because the bigger bosses, the executives, I would say, are trying to get onto them about, okay, she needs to come back into work. They're now feeling pressed and they're trying to get me to go in this department. Now, what I'm planning on doing is telling them that I'll let them talk, of course, and come with options, and then I'll let them know if that's the only option. Then I would tell them I don't really want to go there because it's stressful and it's not really good for my health. And I worked in that department before, and very aggressive, the workload and different things. I can't explain it. Okay,
What would,
what it is, I'm an officer, I'm a police officer, and the department that they want to put me in, because I'm in an office where I do not administrative work, but it's somewhat administrative work because I'm worked on murders and everything. I've been on the job for 25 years.
wow.
And Yeah, I moved away from all of that. It's very stressful dealing with murders and stuff and interviewing the same suspects and what have you. So I moved. I'm content, but then I took sick. And no, they want to put me back into the department that I pretty much stopped working with because all they deal with are murders. And I don't want to deal with that anymore, especially right now.
What would change your comfort level? Have you thought about that?
What
What
would
would change
change?
your comfort level with going back into the office? If if their answer is to come back into the office, and just know that this is being confronted everywhere. Everywhere people are being asked to go back into the office. And everywhere people are struggling. They're
Yeah.
struggling with that demand to return to the physical space of the office. And what are you doing to reconcile and to think, where is my comfort level? So how do you have you had that conversation with yourself? And if you haven't, let's have it right now. Where is my comfort level? What can I do to get to a comfort level? Because there's limited choices here. Do I not go back because they're going to give you that choice? Or do I come to a place where I can reach a comfort level of what it will take to get me there? So what is that? And we have just a little time left. So I want you to think very succinctly about what that means. And you may not know the answer right now, and we may have to cover it in our next session. But I want you to think about that. How do I get to a level where I can feel comfortable about returning to work? And what does that alternative mean to my employer? And is it realistic? Is it realistic? And what kind of bartering do I have? Am I in a position where I'm the only one who has these skills levels, treasures, and efforts? Or is it replaceable by someone else? Have you thought through that?
Yeah, I thought of all of it. Well, one thing for sure, I never expressed to them that I don't want to return. I told them I'm a team player and I'll be there. This is just my personal feeling. Like I'm telling you in confidence, I don't want to do it, but I'm getting paid to do a job. So if I have to go back in, I have to go back in and do it. I would love to remain in the department that I'm in or the office that I'm in. It's just that from a health perspective, I can be where a cell phone tower is. It's only like maybe 30, 40 feet from my office. I don't know, is in very close proximity. And I wouldn't mind going to another department. It's just that that department in particular, I don't think that it would be suitable for me. So
So is it
that's
the
what I would
department?
express.
Is it the department or is it the location?
Well, in the office that I'm attached to right now, it's the location. I can't
Okay,
do it
so
because of, for
so
health
part
issues.
so what I would like for you to do is make a matrix and
Mhm.
showing department, demographics, stress factor, location. Okay. So if it's not the department and it's the location, perhaps one of your comfort level bargaining tools is the location. So maybe that's one of your bargaining tools. Did you say? And your medical professionals can give you some cover for the location. This is not healthy for her. And you use that as one of your bargaining tools. I'm happy to return, but this is one of the things, this is one of the factors that will give me
I did that.
pause. Okay.
Actually,
No, but
well,
right
actually, I
now
have
you're
before.
holding on it because this is not something that is formal right now, right? You want to
No, no.
hold on this. You,
Okay.
you want to hold on this until it's formal, right? So
Well, the thing is, that's been one thing I'm very expressive. I've expressed that to my supervisors that my doctor doesn't think that it's healthy for me to be working there with this sulfur and tower. And I told them that I can get a note to express this. They're telling me that I can't get a note. I
no, no, no,
cannot
no,
get
no.
a note outlining that. And I'm like, I could, if my
It's one
doctor's
thing. I get
concerned,
that. I understand that. But what I want you to do is I want you to make yourself a diagram that I
mhm,
want you to be able to use Is not an official ask yet, correct? That's what I hear from you. Is not an official ask yet.
It's been asked before, but this is the second request or
Yes, yes.
hasn't been official.
So get everything lined up for the
Okay.
official ask.
Mhm.
And go ahead and prep your medical professionals that you're going to need this letter. Don't tell them that this is the advice of medical professionals that you don't have already. You understand?
No, I
Have
get
it.
that, but they told me that I cannot get a letter
I
from my
understand. I understand what you're saying, and
Mhm.
I'm going to give it to you from another perspective. I'm a
Okay.
person with significant disabilities. I walk with 4 on crutches, so I'm telling you from a different perspective.
Okay. Thank you.
So already have it ready for you, right?
Mhm.
And I'm trying to bring you back around to not working yourself up into something. You're working yourself up into something, but we're going to face what's here, not what
Okay.
can be, right? Don't face don't face what you don't know that you don't know that you don't know. Face what you know right now and
Okay.
give yourself the possibilities that are coming down the pipeline and make yourself that matrix of what it will take to make you comfortable to go back into this situation. This is not just pros and cons. This is what will it take to make me comfortable in this situation. If you're okay with the job itself in the department, you just need a new location, then use that bartering tool. You're valuable enough to them for them to be able to say, we want you, we just want you in this different situation. And you go in with the positivity. Go with the positivity. Go in with the, not I have to go back to work. I have the opportunity to go in to this office and use my skills, knowledge, and ability to positively impact someone's life. These are the parameters that I need to make us both successful. So go in with that perspective rather than, I don't really want to do this. I'm going to do it because you're making me. You see the difference? So
Yes.
you are going to go in and say, I have these gifts and treasures and tools that I'm going to provide to you in exchange for what you're going to give me. So it's an exchange. So you're going to go in with that positive attitude that we are exchanging something one to another.
Mm.
You see the difference?
Yes, I'm just making
So
notes.
that's what you're going to do. So look at it from all angles, write it down, and we will discuss it at our next meeting. I want you to grab your calendar and let's look at some dates.
Thank you.
Does that work for you? Because I do have another client waiting.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. I appreciate you. And your smile is beautiful. Keep the smile. Keep
Thank
the
you.
smile. Keep the smile. You'll dazzle them just with your smile and they'll just give you everything you want. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You have a fabulous afternoon and we will talk at our next meeting.
Thank you.
You're
Enjoy
welcome.
your day.
You too.
Thanks.
Well, I started losing track of time because I was enjoying that. I was like, oh crap, it's like 4 minutes left.
I was watching the clock, but Brian, thank you. I love the chat. I love the time signals.
Uh,
Thank you. Appreciate it.
oh, you're welcome.
All right.
Boy, she's lucky she didn't have me as a coach. uh, you did great. I really, really enjoyed the fact, or liked the fact that you, because that was kind of a difficult conversation, really, because without knowing exactly any of the laws surrounding, the health and safety of whatever country or department or job that that person's in, that was kind of difficult, and I was really impressed that the way you handled it. I like the fact that you provided an assignment, something for her to think about, and basically being a kind of a complicated issue, it you're it's going to allow her to really write down what the pros and cons are, the different solutions. Because one of the things I think I heard her mention was she was like a 25-year employee, or 20 years. So I mean, some of the other options could be, well, do you retire? I mean, if it's depending on what kind of medical it is. I mean, I don't know. But anyways, I really like that, because I think coming back with that chart or that uh yeah, the chart of building out, you're going to be able to explore a lot of different options, I think. So that was really good. Um, let's see.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely sounds like you've done this a million times, because you had a great opening, you had a good ending. I was like, it's really hard to critique. Um, I, I, I mean, yeah, you did great.
Thank you. I probably could have stopped you, Miguel, a little earlier, but I didn't want to. I wanted you to keep talking. I probably could have interrupted you because of our time, but I didn't want to.
Yeah.
And I wanted you to keep talking.
Um, well, thank you for that. I like how you gave good introductions, good housekeeping, and you reinforced the confidentiality. You were the transparency was very clear. You were very polite, and I like how you you did the reframing and the rephrasing for clarity, and you challenged me to think out of the box and brainstorm a solution or a plan. You gave a good point about getting me to think um of my own comfort level, and the questioning and follow-up was good, the timing, and to get me to think realistically, like to how to try and resolve the issue, and even the contracting, like, was good. And the action plan, about us having to reschedule again so that, we can talk about, what actions I would, take and what have you. But I have to say, one thing I don't like